Welcome to the 2019 BAUER Clash of the Titans. Of course, a huge annual event here in St. Catharines, Ontario, put on by BAUER and Ballhockey.com. Proud to bring you live coverage here from WeeStreem, as WeeStreem provides coverage of all Clash of the Titans quarterfinals, semifinals, and championship games this year. Spencer Tangway proud to join you this afternoon, as this is quarterfinal action number 3, the ninth place Toronto Orangemen. Orangemen went 2-1-1 in the round robin play, and Penn Hill's Arsenal, first place, a 3-0 record heading in here. They did not have to play yesterday night, so the Arsenals, after sweeping their round robin division, moved on to this quarterfinal game to take on the Orangemen, who had to play last night, and they got by and moved on with a 2-1-1 record. Toronto in their black uniforms with the orange shoulder caps and trim. Penn Hills in white. Starting goaltenders, by the way, for Penn Hills, it's number 35, Joe Sheehan, and for the Orangemen, number 30, Paul Zarnett. Here comes Penn Hills. Shot, blocker save. Good blocker save by Paul Zarnett. Bergamasco plays that to the point for Penn Hills. That shot from Kiesel wide. Good board battle. Toronto just trying to poke that one away. Penn Hills, good pressure to keep that alive. Chipped off the side wall and out of play. Penn Hills, of course, coming in from the Pittsburgh area. Toronto from just an hour and a half away in the GTA. As the face-off will go to the right of the goaltender. Big game between these two teams, of course, as it is quarterfinal action. The first time these two teams will meet in the 2019 Clash of the Titans. Played back in front of the timekeeper box. Shot from the point goes wide. Played right back in. Here's Pontes to his defensive partner as Ponte goes on for the change. First touch for the Arsenal goaltender Joe Sheehan. Second stop, blocker save as the ball deflected here into the near corner. Penn Hills comes across the neutral zone, 3 wide. With speed, Corey Sweeney trying to chase after the Orangemen. Gets a stick around, no call. Good pressure from Sweeney. Shot, better save by Zarnett. Now the Orangemen up on the near wall. That just gets sent in deep. Brenner poked it around. Arsenal, they have the ball, the point now. Sent it right back in deep. Brenner trying to keep that alive. Good to pinch, though, from the Arsenal defenseman, number 8. Icing arm up, and that will be an icing against the Toronto Orangemen with 8:32 remaining here in the first period. This faceoff will come all the way back in the Orangemen end to the right of Zarnett. Zarnett been busy so far early in the first 3 minutes of this game. 3 stops already. Clean draw, win back by the Arsenal. Bergamasco trying to keep that into the point. But here come the Orangemen deep in the Arsenal end. Mark Kiesel. He controls the ball now for Arsenal. Chipped out. And here comes Penn Hills with speed. Kiesel now. He'll jump in and join the rush deep in the Orangemen end. Off the stick of the diving Toronto Orangemen's Justin Cabral. And deep behind the goal. With patience, Bergamasco starts things up on the far wall. Icing waved off. Barnett out behind his net. Zarnett, rather. As the Orangemen have some time. Scoreless game. Shots 3-3 here. This is the first seed going against the 9th seed. Penn Hill starts things up on the near wall, trying to find a way to break out. D2D they go right back in front, now to the far stall, right in front of their bench. Chipped in and offside is called. As Corey Sweeney jumped the line and just offside on a beautiful pass from the far defenseman. We've played 5 minutes, 6:59 to go here in the first period of play. Two teams already moved on earlier this morning. Midnight got by the Americans 4-3 in their quarterfinal game. And a thriller, high-intensity back-and-forth game between Pittsburgh and Ottawa. And it was the Gods who got by 2-1 over the Godfathers. That shot easily handled by Zarnett, so the face-off will come to the left of the Orangeman goaltender. Hickey to take the draw for Arsenal. He pushes it forward, and now he has control. This is Dennis Hickey, the big right-handed shot for Penn Hills. Plays it on his backhand, trying to throw that one in front of the goal. Chasing after it for Penn Hills, they're able to keep that one in. Sullivan just dumped it back in. Sullivan pinches, but the ball is going to come out of the zone, and it'll come all the way back for Dennis Hickey, who will play it behind his own goal. Just a tad over 6 minutes to go here in the first period between these two teams in quarterfinal number 3. Thrown in, Zarnett just cycles it here on the near wall. Thrown towards the goal, good block by the defenseman for Toronto. Penn Hills, good pressure here as the ball continues to cycle deep behind the goal of Zarnett. And Papato tried to roll that one around and try to tuck that one in on the near side on the wraparound. Now Brenner has a little bit of time, throws it out front. The shot just trying to go short side, missed wide. And Papato can't get it on net. Icing will be called, and the Orangemen get caught once again deep in their own zone with a face-off with 5:05 left to go here in the first. You look at these scores throughout this weekend, all hard-fought battles. And of course, Penn Hills able to get that 1 seed, sweeping their first round robin here at the BAUER Clash the Titans. Face-off won by the Orangemen. That'll be played in by Penn Hills. The shot, rebound, great save by Zarnett. Penn Hills, a little bit of speed in the offensive zone. Too much for Toronto to handle so far. But it is still scoreless thanks to Zarnett. Squeaks through! As just what I was saying, it was scoreless. That easily could have been a 1-0 Toronto lead as that ball squeaked through the wickets of Sheehan. But just popped out outside the net. That ball nearly just crossing the goal line, missed by about a half an inch. So a fluky shot for the Orangemen almost makes it a 1-0 Toronto lead. Here's Penn Hills. They'll play it up the floor dasher board in front of their bench. Try to go east-west, but cutting in was Cercaria for the Orangemen. Now Penn Hills just gets that ball deep, dumped in by Vinny Tominello. Toronto back for their own breakout here in their own end. Spinning away is Victor Avizetto. That shot high and up and over the glass. Chipped out, and Penn Hills comes back to play the ball. In across the line come Penn Hills. Good defensive play. Unable to get it out though. That was Brian Creeder. That pass just out of the reach of Creeder as he pokes it out now. And that will force Penn Hills back into their own end. Now Mark Kiesel. Off the dasher board. Sent back in. Penn Hills has possession now. Little touch pass into the middle. That ball comes out of the zone. Back come the Orangemen, but they get the ball taken right off their stick of a good defensive play by the Arsenal. Thrown out front, chasing after it now. That is Steve Lindo. Lindo, number 90 for the Toronto Orangemen this afternoon. Penn Hills the shot. Zarnett tried to jump on it, but he just elected to poke it towards his own corner. So now for Linder. Lindo sent that one across the line. He'll go for a change. Fresh bodies coming on for the Orangemen here. Right in the high slot. Backhand. What a stop by Sheehan. Sheehan able to get the glove on it and take away that backhand scoring chance. So the face-off will come to the left of Sheehan with only 2:25 left to play here in the first. Toronto holding their own here against the top seed after round-robin play and the elimination games. Started with 16 teams. We're down to 8 this morning. Ball's flipped up into the neutral zone. Penn Hill comes across the line onside. And that one goes right back in. The Orangemen doing a good job of keeping Penn Hills at bay here, keeping their offense off the score sheet here so far. Play towards the zone, the net rather, as Sheehan just corrals that loose ball, smothers it for a whistle with 1:46 to go here in the period. Big time to remember. We thank you for joining us here at Haig Bowl Arena and wherever you're watching on either YouTube or Ballhockey.com's Facebook page. Proud to bring you live coverage of the BAUER Clash of the Titans. Huge quarterfinal matchup between these two teams. Two teams already eliminated. And a third will be eliminated after this game with only one more quarterfinal matchup to go. Toronto wants a call, and now the penalty arm goes up. So the penalty is coming against Penn Hills, and the Orangemen will go to the power play. So holding the call against Penn Hills. So it'll be a 5-on-4 opportunity now for the Orangemen with only 1:29 left to go here in the period. A couple of names and numbers mixed up on our rosters here, so we'll try to get that straightened out as 76 went off for Penn Hills. A minor penalty for holding, so the face-off to the left of the Penn Hills netminder Sheehan. That ball will come out of the zone, and the Orangemen will have to clear on the power play. We didn't have a single penalty in the previous quarterfinal matchup between the Pittsburgh Gods and the Ottawa Godfathers, and that'll be our first power play of today's game.
Last minute, boys, last minute.
Once again, Penn Hills holding the line and just dumping it in deep. Good work by the penalty kill unit. Here's Azevedo. Flips it in high, deep into the corner. Sheehan is going to use his stick. Play it off the wall. And that will get out. As the Orangemen unable to hold the line. As Azevedo dumps it in deep. He'll chase after his own dump in. Long reach for him, but unable to do anything as the ball just gets sent 200 feet. Sarnett out. He plays it to the near wall. Here's Carcaria. With speed. The shot denied, and it's a loose ball.
We just lost all our audio. Yeah, I did, but don't worry about it. This is battery. We're burning through batteries.
Oh, okay.
We're doing so much.
I didn't know how long it will last. Now I know.
Let's see which one's running this.
.0-0 at the end of the first period of play between the Orangemen and Penn Hills, as Penn Hills will still be short-handed for 39 more seconds. The Orangemen only one shot so far in that power play. So they'll go back to work, a 5-out-of-4 advantage for 39 more seconds here to start the second period. Quarterfinal number 3 here at the BAUER Clash of the Titans. Thanks for joining us wherever you're watching from, either on the Ballhockey.com Facebook page, YouTube. All the pretty pictures and sounds brought to you by WeeStreem, of course, proud partners with Ballhockey.com. And it looks to be a bench door issue here before we can get underway here in the second period. So they'll try to fix the bench door. I'm not sure if it's not latching properly, but the official's trying to get it fixed here. Lots of ball hockey to bring you here on the Ballhockey.com coverage of the BAUER Clash of the Titans. Still the semifinals still to come. Championship game is scheduled for 5:30 tonight. Two teams already have moved on to the semifinals, and that is the Pittsburgh Gods after defeating the Ottawa Godfathers. And at midnight, got by the Americans 4-3. Well, the gate has been fixed and we are ready to go finally for period number 2. Small change to the lineup has been informed. Thank you to the viewer watching. In goal for Penn Hills, it is 35, Pete Cosentino. Their actual roster has 2 35s in the lineup. Joe Sheehan also listed as 35, but Pete Cosentino is in net for Penn Hills. Pretty even game so far. Penn Hills is shorthanded for another 39 seconds. The Orangemen, though, unable to get much going on that power play. Only one shot. And that has been it. So the second period about to get underway here in the quarterfinal number 3. Penn Hills and Toronto. And we are underway here in the second period. Penn Hills just dumps that one all the way down in deep, and the power play gets start going again here for the Toronto Orangemen. That was Vado dumps it in deep. Goes across to the far wall. Board battle trying to just find that ball and find space here in the Orangemen power plays. They only have a few seconds left. Penalized player back out of the box for Penn Hills. So the Orangemen 0 for 1 on the power play. They stay onside as they come across the blue line. Here's Cody Benner for the Penn Hills. Now for Androli. Net is way off now. And the ball will come outside the line as it's knocked off by Penn Hills. See how these teams react, try to find their momentum back and get their legs back under them, as we had a 15-minute delay or so as they had to fix the gate on the Orangemen bench. Looked like the door wouldn't close properly and it wouldn't actually shut. So they brought out the hammer and nail and they were able to get it shut. That ball blocked by Penn Hills. East-west across the floor, dumped in. Played up the near wall. Icing gets waved off. Mark Kiesel tried to just play that up the near wall, but Toronto forces the turnover. Now for Hickey. Plays catch with Kiesel here on the far wall. He'll come walk behind his own goal. 10-15 and a scoreless second period here. Now for Hickey. Penn Hills taking their time in their own zone. Up for Kiesel, who's got speed. Now behind the goal of Zarnet. That'll come out. And icing called against Toronto with 9:49 to go here in the second period. A little bit of a cat and mouse game. See who's going to make the first mistake and who's going to allow a great scoring chance. As we've seen a lot of conservative ball hockey through the opening 13 minutes of this game. Bergamasco will take the draw here for Penn Hills. As Perchetti is lined up right behind it, but it goes to the point. A shot off the boards and out of play, so the face-off should come outside. No zone, face-offs outside for the Penn Hills Arsenal. So a little confusion now. The officials call offside. And they'll do it again. Face-off pushed in deep by Penn Hills, and the Orangemen will go get it behind their own net. Here's Danny Roca. Up the near wall. Chip right back in. That ball gets out. Penn Hill has to clear the zone. Now Toronto takes it behind their own goal, and once again, slowly finds a way to break out of their own zone. D to D, they pass the ball deep in their own end. Up the near wall. Break through. Here come the Orangemen. Here's Camara. Down to the far side, the shot. Cosentino the save. Back to the point. Slow trickling ball. Thrown out to front of the goal. Just whistles through the crease. Big hit along the boards. And a penalty is coming against the Orangemen. We'll see what the call is, but a big hit right in front of the time box. Both officials had their arms up. He's going to the penalty box. And body contact will be the call. So a 2-minute penalty and the first look of the power play for Penn Hills. Penn Hills penalty kill, 1-for-1. As they didn't allow much scoring and many chances at all for Toronto on their first look of the power play. So now Penn Hills sends out their power play for the first time in today's game. Big opportunity for Penn Hills here, of course. It's a scoreless game if you're just joining us. 0-0 here in the BAUER Clash of the Titans quarterfinal number 3. 8:20 remaining in the second period. So the power play goes to work for Penn Hills. That shot misses wide. Sullivan is the high man quarterbacking this power play at the point. To the crease. That one just misses wide. Played back for Sullivan. Across to the far side in front of their bench. That pass is intended for Sullivan, but it's chipped away. And here is Roach. Roach on the breakaway. Penalty coming. And a penalty shot coming for the Orangemen. Roach took a stick right on his hand going on the goal. And it was enough for the official to call a penalty shot. So Roach will get a penalty shot for the Orangemen. After a beautiful steal, just kind of a sloppy pass from the Penn Hills power play intended for Sullivan. Picked off by Roach. And he went off. Clear as day. Penalty, and now it'll be a power play for the Orangemen. Penalty shot, rather, for the Orangemen, not a power play. So big opportunity here to break the goose egg. It'll be Terry Roche going against Cosentino. And he tries to go to the backhand, but loses the ball. Definitely something he'll want back, but Cosentino wins this battle. So power play will continue here for Penn Hills. 7:47 left to go in the middle frame. Scoreless. As Roche just had a chance to break the goose egg. Penalty shot, but didn't even get a shot off. Face off deep in the Penn Hill zone. They cleanly win the draw, and now they come in the power play. Here's Sullivan. Walking with the ball, just flips it in, and they get it on deep in the backhand. Now Brendan Krause. Back to Sullivan. Sullivan walk, plays it to the far side. The shot, rebound. Good stop. Zarnett able to get a pad down on the far post. Good ball movement here as they really spread out this zone. One-timer shot just misses wide. Ball's played off the back wall. Hickey behind the goal. Trying to direct traffic here now for the Penn Hills Arsenal is Brendan Krause. Krause tried to get that back, just missed him. Penn Hills trying to find something here on the power plays. The penalty is about to expire. Sullivan to the near side for Krause. That shot goes wide. Tipped off his stick and goes out of play. And the faceoff will stay deep in the Toronto zone. Just a few more seconds left in the penalty against the Toronto Orangemen. A minor penalty for body contact that came just a few minutes ago. Looking like it will be a 0-0 game as the penalty expires. Both teams trying to find a way to get through, and that was a pretty decent power play opportunity for Penn Hills. And Droley on the draw, he lost it. Big bump along the far wall. Second unit on the power play now. That shot blocked. And now it's back to 5-on-5. 3 shots on that power play for Penn Hills, but no goals, so they are 0 for 1. Sent in, but not deep. Pass intended for the far winger misses, and icing called against the Orangemen. .606 left here in the middle period. Here in the quarterfinal number 3 of BAUER Clash of the Titans. Ball pumps here on the near side. As the Orangemen have a lot of time and space here in their own zone. Ball played up the near wall. Gazzetto, he gets his pocket picked and the ball just goes right back in the zone. High up over the defenseman, and now it's played in the Penn Hill zone. Mark Kiesel with his speed trying to chase after it for Penn Hills, but the Orangemen are there first. Now Kiesel has the ball. 3-on-2 across the line. Throwing that one towards the goal, but missed. Arm up for icing, and that'll be an icing called against Toronto with 5:04 left to play here in period number 2. Toronto now caught in their heels by Penn Hill's pressure and speed. Back-to-back icings against the Orangemen. As it's still a scoreless game. This tournament has seen a lot of great goaltending. And both goalies so far, both Cosentino for Penn Hills and Zarnett for the Orangemen, have been busy. Kept in, played back in deep. Here's Tuminello, number 4 for Penn Hills. They tried to just cycle that one out front to the high slot. Icing will get waved off. As Smith threw that one up just out of the reach of the forwards for Penn Hills. Played in the zone. Racing it after it. Zarnett will come out. Small bump in front of the net. Wants an interference call. Not going to get it, but they will get an icing. So a third straight icing against the Orangemen will bring the ball back 200 feet for another offensive zone face-off for Penn Hills. Toronto just trying to do a little too much in their own end, as now they're giving gift after gift to Penn Hills. Another offensive zone face-off, this time to the left of Zarnett. Hickey will take the draw. The Orangemen win the draw back, and they'll go behind their own net. Rimmed around the boards, back behind their own goal. Now to the near side. Camara just can't handle the pass. Tipped on net, and Zarnett will just smother it for a whistle with 3:53 to go. Once again, an offensive zone face-off here for Penn Hills. As the breakout struggles continue here for Toronto. What a nifty play by Hickey. Toe drag right around the defenseman for the Orangemen. Tried to throw that one, and he took a stick on the hand. He is down. That is Corey Sweeney for Penn Hills. Tried to reach around and rim that ball in front, but he took a stick right on the hand. He is really in pain. No penalty on the play. So we'll keep an eye on Sweeney as he is on the bench, hunched over in a lot of pain. So Penn Hills will change things up here. And Droley won the draw, but they're unable to push through. Icing waved off. And Droley back behind his net, and he'll have possession for Penn Hills. Taking their time. Hard off the boards, chipped out into the neutral zone. Now come the Orangemen to shot. Right off the Penn Hills logo. Hard battle in front. Rebound, scores! The Toronto Orangemen find a way to break the ice. And it's just a rebound shot that makes it a 1-0 game. A shot from the point that just seemed like a harmless shot that Cosentino will probably want back, as he could have had the rebound, but instead it popped out right in front. Good battle won by the Orangemen. And that rebound that was given up allows for a second and third opportunity. And the third shot goes in to make it a 1-0 game. So 1-0 for Toronto here with a little over 2.5 minutes to go in this second period. Penn Hills caught for icing, so the ball will come back deep in their own end. See how Cosentino and company can shake that off and find a way to get more shots and get more scoring chances on Zarnett. Zarnett today been perfect, have stopped all 13 shots that have come his way. Toronto's been able to get 5 scoring chances in the first and only have 3 shots here in the second, as the shots are 13-8. Penn Hills plays the ball back behind their own net, and they come back here to the near side. Camara just leaves it back for his defenseman as they throw the ball up right off the wire. If you're unfamiliar with Haig Bowl Arena, there are a couple of wires that run across the floor in case they ever to put up or split the floor rather in half. There's a tarp that goes across the floor, and the hanging wire sometimes gets into play. So the ball comes all the way back from where the pass was made from. Penn Hills tries to rim it out here on the near wall. Kept in by Toronto. Cabral off his stick just pushes it to the far wall. As now Justin Cabral tries to fish that ball out for the Orangemen. Here comes Penn Hills. Dumped it in deep. With speed is Brendan Paraschetti. Penalty arm up. And a big hit and an injury for Toronto. So another big hit on a huge speed play going into the corner. And the penalized player will be Brendan Paraschetti. But the Toronto player down and he is hurt. Trainer coming on now to have a talk with him. But it looks to be he's checking his face. Maybe he could be bleeding.
We got Wi-Fi in here or what? Hey, why are you talking?
So Paraschetti goes off.
Haig Bowl Arena. Oh, I got it for the hospital. You have it or not?
1:41 left to go here in the second period. And as I look, I'm trying to see the player down. It looks to be number 77 and Danny Rocha. As he is slow to get up. Just finally back up on his feet. So Rocha up. Paraschetti is in the box. There hasn't really been a signal made as the officials are going to come together now. Regardless to go, the face-off is going all the way in the Penn Hills end. So it seems to be just a 2-minute minor going against Paraschetti. So 2 minutes to call, the face-off deep inside the Penn Hill zone, 1:41 to go. Rocha really hunched over there on the far wall as he has been treated by the trainer right now. As the face-off is going to come outside as the ball goes off the Toronto Orangemen. Orangemen have the 1-0 lead, and now they have their second power play opportunity of the game. Face-off is the won by the Orangemen, and now it's pushed deep into the Penn Hill zone. Sent 200 feet as they'll be short for the remainder of this second period. Now the 0-for-1 power play goes back to work here for Toronto. Jumped the line too early, and the Orangemen are caught on an offside. Big opportunity here for Toronto to see if they could take a 2-0 lead in this third period. It's Penn Hills, the first place seeded team coming into Sunday, have yet to drop a game in this 2019 BAUER Clash of the Titans. Toronto 2-1-1, winning their elimination game last night. Push towards the goal, and the net comes off, so the face-off will stay deep in the Penn Hill zone. 57.5 seconds left to go here in the second period. Penn Hill is just trying to hold off Toronto. Toronto, a team that had a lot of difficulty breaking out of their zone earlier in this period, now has the upper hand here against Penn Hills. So Justin Cabral will take the draw here for the Orangemen. He won it, but it comes all the way back outside the zone, and they have to clear. So now Esvito. over to the far wall. Karkaria spinning away from the Penn Hills Arsenal. Now back for his veto. Simply just playing catch with Ricardo Piers. The shot. What a stop into the glove of Cosentino. Good ball movement there by the Orangemen. Threw it over to the wheelhouse of Alex Ovechkin normally, but that time Cosentino was there to make the glove save. 20 seconds left to go here in the middle frame of the third quarter final. Pittsburgh has moved on, and so has Midnight. That ball unable to get cleared out. Sticks are okay. One last pusher for Penn Hills. That shot goes wide. Only 3 seconds to go in the period. The ball will be held on to, and there sounds the buzzer. So at the end of 2 periods of play, Penn Hills has a little bit of trouble to overcome as they trail 1-0 to the Toronto Orangemen. Big opportunity here for Toronto, the 9th seed, to take out the top seed, Penn Hill Arsenal. Goaltenders have been good as both Zarnett and Cosentino have played well. Cosentino just that lone blemish. That one rebound he'll want back for sure, which seemed on a harmless shot from the point, but is able to squeak away from him and allowed a second and third opportunity, and that's how they scored their lone goal. Zarnett so far perfect. Have stopped all of his 14 shots that have come his way. Shots now 14-10 after 2 periods of play in favor of Penn Hills.
I might be in the
Still one more quarter final game. Be sure to join us for that, and then it'll be the semifinals and championship game. Championship scheduled to start at 5:30, which could possibly be moved back if we have a few more delays. We had a delay in this game, as the door on the Toronto bench actually was unable to close there for a little bit. But the staff here at Ballhockey.com, I saw Mike McGuire jump over there and pull out his hammer and figure out a way to get it done. 1-0 lead. Here we go. Start of the third period. The Orangemen will have a power play for a few more seconds, about 15 left on the penalty to Penn Hill. That shot goes in deep. Penn Hill's just trying to find a way to get it out. Kieser does. And now the penalized player for the Arsenal is out of the box. 11:30 to go here in the third period. Toronto has that 1-goal lead. Play it behind Zarnett. Kept in, but Toronto able to regain possession. Spinning away is Eric Camara. Now with speed to the backhand, but the ball is poked away by the double eights for Penn Hills and Marky Bergamasco. Shot, good stop from Cosentino. Now with speed, here comes Penn Hills. The shot, that one goes wide. Rebound off the wall, 2-pad stack, but the shot just missed wide. Bergamasco the shot, tipped in front. Good stick from Vinny Tuminello. Tuminello now coming after it for Penn Hills. Chipped out of play, and the face-off is going to go outside. A little bit of life here from Penn Hills early on in this third period. Face-off comes outside the zone. But two great scoring chances. They narrowly made it a 1-1 game, but the shot off the rebound just went high and wide. So the 221s line up at the dot. Hickey will win it back for Penn Hills. Now that pass is picked off by Roach. Thrown in deep, coming out of his net is Cosentino. Sullivan trying to work that away from the Orangemen, but it's played into the corner by Toronto. Tripped up on the play, no call. Hickey now to the bench side. That'll go all the way down the ice. Didn't clear the line, but it's bouncing right towards the net, and icing is called. .9:54 left here in the third period. Glad you could join us wherever you're watching from, whether on your phone or you're at home watching this great ball hockey here at the 2019 BAUER Clash of the Titans. WeeStream in the house to bring you all the pretty pictures and sounds from this year's edition of the Clash. As there's a high breakout here for Penn Hills, able to clear the zone. In over the line, that shot just goes wide. Hickey's there to pick up the ball off the back wall. Thrown it towards the goal, but it's blocked and it goes right back into the near corner. Hickey will chase after number 26 of Justin Cabral for the Orangemen. Thrown out front. That one hits the crossbar. Thought it went in, but never went in. Referee Lance Gallagher says no as the ball gets dumped all the way down the ice. Icing call. But Penn Hills thought they had tied this game, but the referee, Lance Gallagher, says no. The ball hit the crossbar and bounced down. An absolute great shot from Penn Hills in the high slot. Right over the glove of the goaltender of Paul Zarnett, but just can't beat the crossbar. Now Androli will take the draw for Penn Hills. He wins it back. Spinning and firing was Smith. That'll be played back. Icing will get waved off. Now Kiesel. Play to the line, but not out. Now it clears out. Zarnett will come out of his crease to play that pass. And it'll get shipped out of the zone. Smith unable to keep that there for the Penn Hills Arsenal. Turnover right in front of their own zone. To the high slot. The shot blocked by Smith. Good work by the defenseman Smith to put his body in front of it. The Orangemen errant pass to nobody, and now Penn Hills has numbers coming in. Penn Hills on the back end. Right off the goaltender. They score! Kiesel will get credit, but another awkward goal here at the Clash of the Titans. There was a fluky one like this in the last quarterfinal, but this one batted in like a baseball bat off an errant rebound, and now Penn Hills has even the game up at 1. So Kiesel will get credit and give some life to this Penn Hills Arsenal team in a 1-1 game. So the first place, Penn Hills Arsenal have made it a 1-1 game here. The 9th seed Toronto Orangemen had a 1-0 lead for the majority of this game. Kiesel had 2 assists coming into this game. That'll be his first goal of the tournament. As that ball is played in deep by the Orangemen. Steve Lindo dumped it in, and he'll go chase after it, but Penn Hills will play it back and go behind their own goal. Dumped in deep, high into the far side. Roca for the Orangemen. Plays it up around Smith. Icing is on, and the call will go against the Orangemen. with 7:30 remaining here in the period.
Yeah, before we got out of the room, he was drunk.
What a big goal for the Penn Hills Arsenal. You could tell they had so many scoring chances. They
We're talking about you, Paul.
put one right off the crossbar, narrowly 30 seconds before that goal.
You were drunk before you got out of the room. Yeah, what do you have, one beer?
And they were able to bounce back. Didn't let that bother them to find a way to make it a 1-1 game. Hickey on the dot for the Arsenal. He's being tied up by the Orangemen centerman. That's been the battle at the dot, Terry Roach and Dennis Hickey. Sweeney once again taken down in front. Remember, he's the one that got taken down and had a slash on his hand that didn't get called. Now he wanted another one. Sweeney with it now. Unable to get in across the line. Here come the Orangemen. 3-on-2. Now it's played for Sweeney. 3-on-2 back the other way. 4 Penn Hills Arsenal join the rush. Smith comes in late as the ball gets played to the far corner. No stick in the Orangemen as Smith throws that towards the goal. Thrown away by the defenseman with his hand. And that'll go all the way down the ice. I keep saying ice, but floor rather, here at the Haig Bowl. Ice has not been in the Haig Bowl for quite a few years now. And icing will be called against the Toronto Orangemen. This is where Penn Hills had Toronto for a good part of the second and first period, is forcing them to be unable to break out. Icing after icing. And we'll see if Toronto can find a way to break that spell, and if Penn Hills can crack Zarnett once again. Ball gets thrown in east-west across the floor. Ball's kept in by Toronto, but it's thrown right back out. And now it's played by Toronto. Here's Cabral. Cabral going to the goal. He gets taken down, but no call. And Penn Hills ices the ball with 6:02 left to play here in the third. High quality ball hockey here between these two teams, and it has been back and forth now here in the third. Nobody wants to give an inch, and each faceoff becomes that much more important as this one, they'll line up to the left of Cosentino. Cosentino been relatively quiet and not as busy in this third period, has only faced one shot, whereas Zarnett has faced 6. To the point, winds and fires. That ball misses wide. Now for Perischetti, gets the line, just pops back out, keeps the ball in though. Big bump off the ball. In his feet, here's Tuminello. They cycle it here for the Arsenal. Bergamasco trying to throw that up front. Perischetti the shot. And it's blocked and goes out of play. So the faceoff will stay deep in the zone. Good cycle work from Penn Hills. Tuminello and Perischetti on the exact same page. And Toronto get caught sleeping, and they allow them to cycle the ball. And another great scoring chance. This time, Bergamasco can't win the draw. The ball is cleared by Toronto. That ball poked ahead for the Orangemen. Heads up play in division. Pass to the point. That shot tipped right into the glove, and Cosentino will hold on for a whistle. Be sure to stay with us all day here on Ballhockey.com's coverage, along with WeeStreem, as we bring you live coverage of the 2019 BAUER Clash of the Titans. Still one more quarterfinal to come, and then the semifinals and the big dance at 5:30 p.m. as the teams battle it out for the great cash prizes. Played with a hand, but now a chance for Penn Hills. On the backhand, what a stop by Zarnett. Zarnett stays with him, and a huge pad save to keep it a 1-1 game. Ball slowly trickles all the way down the floor for icing. But what a stop by Paul Zarnett to keep it a 1-1 game. Corey Sweeney had the chance right there of the game so far for sure. But Paul Zarnett stays with him, gets a toe on it, and keeps it 1-1. Face-off now to the right of Paul Zarnett. Chipped up, and that'll go off the wire, so regardless, the ball will stay deep in the zone. So many big plays in this game you can think of, and that was one of them. Corey Sweeney has had so many great chances out front. Not one of the biggest guys for Penn Hills, but he's got a lot of speed. And he was able to strip that ball away from the Orangemen defenseman and had a break. Turns and fires Zarnett, and the butterfly makes that save. Back to the point. Smith uses his feet to keep that in. Once again, Toronto having trouble breaking out as Smith just punches through and keeps that ball deep in the zone. Looking across at the scoreboard, 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the third. 1-1 if you're just joining us here in quarterfinal number 3 on WeeStreem. Ball's thrown out front for Toronto. Unable to get a stick on it. Icing waved off. Now Circaria. Smith jumps up and breaks up that pass. Lindo's across the line. He throws that one towards the goal. Ball will be kept in by Lindo. The shot doesn't go as it's blocked. Camara tried to just get one that on the goal. The Orangemen now positive pressure, and the ball is flipped up out of play off the stick of Smith. Big opportunities for these Penn Hills Arsenal to take advantage of that huge third period they've been having. But now they're caught deep in their own zone. 3:16 left to go here in the third period. Tie 1-1 game. Face-off won by Penn Hills. They'll chip it in deep. Racing in after it is Vampado. Thrown towards the goal. Just off the stick and couldn't get enough mustard on it to put it in. That one goes through the crease and wide. Androli that close to making it a 2-1 lead. Forward battle now. Orangeman player taken down, no call. They try to throw that in the high slot again. Rebound comes right to the Orangemen. Better glove save, and the ball goes out of play off the save of Cosentino. Cosentino's looked sharp so far, even though, like I mentioned earlier in this period, he was relatively not busy. Had an easy first half of this period, but now the Orangemen pouring on the pressure and putting the pedal to the metal. 3 great saves in a row by Cosentino. Shots, by the way, even now at 18 apiece. There's a shot. Cosentino there, up to the challenge. A rebound. 20th shot, also stopped by Cosentino. Now good vision and patience here by the Orangemen. Ace Vito trying to just out-muscle and find a way to get that ball towards a player. Thrown out front. And the ball, once again, gets tipped out of play. 2 minutes, 11 seconds to go here in the third period of play. Other teams that have advanced so far. Pittsburgh, if you're just joining us, they got by the Ottawa Godfathers 2-1. And Midnight Express got by the Americans 4-3 in the opening game today. Face off to the right of Cosentino. Penn Hills wins that back. Smith on his backhand. Will dump it far enough, but he'll avoid the icing. Here's Creeder.
He's blaming John.
Creeder, the big defenseman here for the Orangemen.
Hey, ask him
Will
what
pop
they
back
want.
to the near side as the Orangemen try to break out of their zone. Definitely the Achilles heel for these Toronto Orangemen today, has been able to break out smoothly. Creeder now has the ball. Once again thrown into traffic, unable to get it out. That shot will stay in, and now two players getting tangled up. Bergamasco having some word. Creeder's going to come in for Toronto. And a huge mismatch here as Bergamasco. And that will at least get a power play for Toronto. Excuse me, for Penn Hills. So Creeder kicks the helmet away from Bergamasco, and now Creeder's still going back towards him. So Creeder will go off to the box for sure. I'm not sure if Bergamasco has anything. But once again, and it looks to be, he's just going to be ejected. So Creeder's afternoon is done.
He's a fucking tank, man.
And no player is in the box so far for Penn Hills.
How do I do it?
So the referees will try to sort this out. But there is only 1:35 remaining here in the third period. It is a 1-1 game. No penalties have been really recorded right now. So it could just be they removed him and will play 5-on-5. The Orangemen have 5 players on the ice. Penn Hills has 5 on the floor as well.
You know you weren't living that one down. Okay.
So 5-on-5.
He made a career of it. Hey, Chrissy.
Face off, one back by the Orangemen. 1:30 remaining here in the third period of play in quarterfinal number 3.
Hey, Trot,
Hayes Vito has the ball now.
It'll make you feel better.
Up into the middle. Great scoring chance here for the Orangemen. The shot just goes wide. Cosentino was there, but the ball slid through the crease. Now back for the Orangemen. Smith is able to keep that in. Smith walks in. He shoots one high and wide. Now Bergamasco. He gets taken down to the play, and a penalty is coming. Minor penalty coming against the Toronto Orangemen. And with that, Bergamasco down and hurt, but it will be a power play for Penn Hills with less than a minute to go. Their bench absolutely frustrated with the call from the referee. But a minor penalty going against looks to be Justin Cabral. So Cabral for hooking with 56 seconds to go here in the third period. Penn Hills will send out their number 1 power play unit here. Huge opportunity. As you take a look, if they'll call timeout maybe. Sullivan and Smith comes on. Cody Brenner, I see. Hickey is going to take the draw.
Hey, Rod.
So a huge opportunity.
Giving the ball away to lose the game. Ask Porter how many times.
A 5-on-4 opportunity now. As the face-off, one back by the Orangemen. But the Penn Hill Arsenal able to grab that ball. Hickey to the point for Sullivan. Smith opens up. He gets the ball. Winds and fires on the one-timer, but misses.
Hey, all you have to know is
Bergamasco, the other player on the floor. Now to Smith. Smith heads up all the way, trying to find his best option. Walking towards the high slot. Leaves it for Brenner to the front. It gets blocked. Back to Smith. Little touch pass for Sullivan. Smith winds and fires. He catches the outside of the net. Board battle here. 15 seconds left to go in the third period. Now to Smith. To the middle. Hickey on the backhand. He goes high and wide. And the net gets pushed off. And we'll get a stoppage with 7 seconds to go in the third. What a heads-up play by Hickey, just to flip that pass right into the middle for a better scoring chance. The shot, though, from Brenner, just high and wide. So if this game will go to overtime, it'll still be a power play, of course, for Penn Hills, as he would only have served 56 seconds. Cabral, the penalized player in the box. So now the refs are coming together to see maybe where the face-off is going to go. They're going to keep it deep inside the zone. Seven seconds. They take a look at the game clock here. Hickey lines up against Roach on the draw. One by the Orangemen. 3 seconds now. Smith will have to turn and fire. Shot blocked. And the horn sounds to end the third period. This game needs a little bit more time. 1-1. You're watching live coverage here on WeeStream's coverage of the 2019 BAUER Clash of the Titans. Live from St. Catharines, Ontario. Set to go for a 5-minute overtime period here in the third quarter final. A thriller between Penn Hills and Toronto Orangemen. Shots on goal after 3 period. Penn Hills leads 22-20. And they will start on the power play here. So 5-on-4 power play here for 1:04. As the same power play that started the power play comes on to start overtime. Sullivan with it. He sends it in deep out of his net. Is Zarnett. Now for Hickey. Hickey just plays it on the backhand to the far wing. Uses the dasher board and passes it back to Sullivan. Sullivan walks to the middle. Now Hickey. Back the shot. Rebound. Brenner was there and he's just going to pull it out and set up again. A little over 20 seconds left in this power play. Smith the shot. That gets off the stick of the Orangemen's number 91. Good stick from Cercaria. Blocker save. Back to the point for Smith. Hickey with it. Penalized player about to come out of the box. An injured player now in front. His shin pad gets kicked away by the defenseman by the Orangemen. Hickey has it now. High slot. Rebound. And it'll be smothered up as once again these two teams get tangled up. Terry Roche having a word with one of the Arsenal players as he goes off. Have to be able to find the discipline now here in overtime as they just killed off a huge 2-minute penalty that Cabral took late in the third period. So 3:46 to go, 1-1 game. Fresh legs on for both teams. Bergamasco lost that draw for Penn Hills. So it'll be chipped up. And here come the Orangemen. Kiesel is back for Penn Hills. Kiesel has some time and he comes to the near wall. Head up off the dasher board. Play for Perichetti. It'll get dumped in. Now Toronto. Little over 3 minutes to go here in overtime. Vito has some speed, pushes past Kiesel. Bergamasco helping Kiesel. Vito though still with it for the Orangemen. That shot's blocked. He'll pick up his own rebound. Vito to the front. Good defensive play coming from Penn Hills to keep that player outside. Cosentino just pushes it through his crease. Big board battle here in the near wall. Penn Hills finds that loose ball. They'll dump it down the ice. Out of his net comes the goaltender. Zarnett, quick pass up to the near wall. Both teams need a change. As the ball is flipped into the neutral zone. Here comes Smith once again. Top line back on the floor for Penn Hills. Brenner trying to reach it. He just can't get it. That was Roach. Roach running, kicks that sticks away from the Arsenal player. Back to the point. That'll get chipped away. Zarnett comes out of his net. 1:50 to go here in the third. 1:50 to go in overtime. But the Orangemen are called on an offside. Face-off comes just outside the blue line of the Toronto Orangemen. Roche is going to go off, who has been their draw guy. Hickey will take the draw once again for Penn Hills. Lines up on his backhand. One back cleanly by Hickey. That one thrown in half the floor. Kept in at the line. Hickey sends it in diagonally into the near corner. A shot. A weak shot that just goes off the stick, but it can be controlled once again by Penn Hills. Now Corey Sweeney. Sweeney on the wraparound. Got away from the goaltender as we are under 1:20 to go in overtime. Now for Lindo. The shot, that one just goes wide. Sweeney will give it to Hickey, who will drop it for Smith as Sweeney goes for a change. Smith the shot all the way down the floor, but it'll be controlled by the Orangemen. Now Vito spins away from Smith. Jump ball controlled by the Orangemen. High slot. Trying to poke away at it to get it on goal. They do, they score! The Toronto Orangemen stun Penn Hills, and they take a 2-1 lead and take the game, and we'll move on to semifinals. I believe it'll be Ricardo Pires who will get credit for the goal. Just a quick turnaround play that the Penn Arsenals could not clear. And the Orangemen stun the #1 seed and eliminate them in the quarterfinal round and advance to the semis. Final score, 2-1. One more quarterfinal game still to go here from Haig Bowl. You're watching live coverage of the 2019 BAUER Clash of the Titans right here from St. Catharines.
Yeah, that's Mike, buddy.